Hit start. We are now technically going live. And we are live.
Yeah, and I'm sharing the links to like all the places and all the socials, so like it's been shared to like our Discord as well too. And like once like a Metro shows up in the live chat as well too, then like I'll also like.
And Joe, where the fuck is Joe? God damn, Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Be more late. Oh, there he is.
Joe.
I guess you had to summon Joe McClory as well too by just speaking his name.
You have to say his name 3 times in a mirror.
You just saying that I'm usually right on time. And it's
yep. I was saying, where the fuck is Joe? Fuck you, Joe.
I was swept up in creating habitats for small digital creatures.
Stardew Valley.
I was swept up this morning.
Sort of. It's just recently came out. It's a Pokemon version of Stardew Valley.
Oh yes.
I was swept up in the process of killing him.
Mm-hmm.
My coffee.
Yeah, I like seen people talking about like new Pokemon game that is like in Pokemon in the Pokemon realm as well too, but it is actually like just like kind of like Stardew Valley, but like a Pokemon donut as well too, or the Pokemon company as well too. Not like Power.
It's much closer to an Animal Crossing than a Stardew.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's very cozy, and it just nails the theming.
For me, I have to be Diablo 4.
Mm-hmm.
That is the. I've played the Diablo franchise right from the beginning, the very first one. This is the 7th or 8th. I think it's the 8th. Iteration of it, and I even saved up money and pre-ordered the expansion, so I got to play the Paladin 3 months early, which is pretty badass. They're going to nerf it because it's overpowered, but you know. But the new one coming out, people are like, "What are you gonna?" In the group I belong to on Facebook, "What are you gonna do for the new season?" Play Diablo 3. It's 6 weeks long. I mean, I might make a character to try. There's like a thing called kill streaks and a few other things, the game mechanics. But other than that, I don't care.
Speaking of Diablo, it's so wild that with the remake of Diablo 2, they've introduced a new character class.
Exactly. That's the Warlock, and it's also the new character class in Diablo 4, Lord of Hatred.
That's fun.
So there's going to be a lot of baby Warlocks running around that day.
So, hello, lads, lasses, and enemy badass. This is the second Sunday of the month, so it's a Patreon show. So we're joined by our patrons, Ely and Joe. So, how are you both doing? We'll start with Ely and then go to Joe.
I'm just getting over a really bad cold or plague or whatever.
Let's see, Americans haven't been going to Denmark, so it can't be our fault. It's probably the French.
Not this time.
When in doubt, blame the French. Yes. So, I hope you get over that cold.
When in doubt, blame the French.
I love Rowan Atkins when he does the Welcome to Hell. You know, he's checking for different groups. You know, and he goes atheists. He says, you must feel like a right bunch of nitwits. And he looks at his clipboard. He looks up and he goes, "The French, are you here?" What's your weather like over there right now?
It's it was snowy all of February, and now it's spring, so it's warmer. I think it's about, if I'm converting it to American temperatures, it's about 50 degrees or something.
That's quite warm.
I was going to say, here now. It's supposed to be 65 and sunny tomorrow, and then 35 on Tuesday.
Okay.
It's been shorts and t-shirt weather here, 70s and 80s.
That'd be me inside with the air conditioner weather.
So freezing is what?
32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Then it's like 50 here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Between working in healthcare and finding myself thoroughly enjoying like sketch comedy from a Canadian group, I have been Celsius is the thing I just know now.
So
Like, I don't
are
know
you talking
exact
Second
numbers,
City
but I know
TV or a
approximately.
newer group?
Loading run. It's the
Oh,
group
yes.
that does Desert Bus for Hope. Oh,
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
put
that
the-
meant some
Can
other
you
people.
put the name in the chat? Because I want to
Loading,
check that out.
yeah, loading, ready, run. They kind of like do.
Because
They
I adored Second City TV. It was, oh my god, it was hilarious.
loading, ready, run. They do a lot of.
That's just because Stephen Colbert is Irish.
You know,
As-
yeah, but he's Catholic. Or like, Dara O'Brien, okay, great comedian, and also almost a physicist. Said, people would ask him, when he would say an atheist, are you a Catholic atheist or a Protestant atheist?
I'm a atheist.
Or he would
but
say, I'm an
Protestant
atheist,
or Catholic.
but still Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every sperm is sacred. Every sperm is good.
So Joey, what have you been up to?
Nothing actually.
Just don't.
You know
Just
what?
been
This is like-
surviving.
Well, yeah, that's the sort of thing too. Because kind of like there's such a thing as like no news is kind of good news in some way.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like lack of drama is a great thing. I
Right.
Gives you the energy to
hate
deal with all the
drama.
I'll
fascism.
have that for
I
at least
hate ups
another
and
2 to
downs.
4 years.
Just share that with the rest of the world. The no drama. That'd be great.
I know, right?
Oh my god, yes, Joe. I
It's-
agree with you 100%.
It's unfortunately we have men in the world, right? Like I just shared a post that was shared to Shabana Connor, or Shabana Connor shared it. When is International Men's Day? It's November 19th. Oh, I didn't know that. That's because you only care about men's rights when it use it to attack women.
Yep, it's International Men's Day.
Operation Epic Fury is the. I'm trying not to use an English term. The most ignorant and at the same time American name.
It's the most Republican thing ever. Yeah.
There you go.
Freedom is the only way. Yeah.
And then telling the officers that they have to tell the troops that it's for God. And
Yeah, we should be a little bit skeptical about that. Because Mikey Weinstein of the Military Religious Freedom Foundation is the only one who's heard any news about that. And what he's published is very formulaic to other complaints he's received. We haven't seen any redacted versions of his complaints.
I'm just
No,
going
there-
turn
there-
off my
there used
camera
to be
as I
3
eat
lives.
my pizza.
There used to be 3 major lies. Now there's 4. Okay. The first one is no officer. I was just helping that sheep over the fence. The second one is the checks in the mail. The third one is I won't come in your mouth, and the fourth one is anything from a conservative.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of shit lives. Third.
Yeah, because I'm already seeing all of the pro Gavin Newsom stuff, and I'm like,
Oh
no,
hell yeah!
no.
No.
Like he's the second fucking coming of Jesus in a blue
Yep.
suit or some shit.
The DNC is already gearing up for the fight between him and Kamala Harris, and they're going to make sure that AOC doesn't get a foot in the door.
Yeah, and I'm not completely enamored of AOC either, but
No, but she's a hell of a
No,
lot
but
better than
she'd
they
she's
are.
still be
like
better
a
than
lot
either
better
one of
than-
those two. She'd still
Yeah.
be better than either one of those two. And the not just the adulation, but Joey and I've talked about this before too, and I mentioned it on my Facebook page, and occasionally gotten a few people Twitter hated about it, but you're blue MAGA.
Yep.
You're just you're rooting for your football team. They got the red outfits, we got the blue outfits.
You're in a cult too, only yours just goes out to have brunch more often.
Right. There you go. I like that definition. No, you don't.
Hey, you
wear,
invite your tokens out to
Well,
brunch.
most people, but you don't wear Newsom hats and Newsom T-shirts and whatever.
But vote blue no matter
over
who is the
and
same
over
fucking
and
thing.
Over and over again, like a drunk on a 20-day binge, you keep spouting this stuff about how, if you don't get vote for Gavin Newsom, then Vance is gonna win. How about not nominating? How about nominating someone who's
I
not
was saying,
a bigot and an asshole?
it's a long time till the primaries. Maybe don't
Right.
don't
Yeah, but
pick
look what
who
they did
wins
with look what they
first.
did with Harris though. Like her or leave her, and I'm not real fond of her, but look what they did with Harris though. Okay. Biden stuck it out and stuck it out and stuck it out. That motherfucker should have left a long time before that.
He said he was going to be a one-term president, but then he ran again. What the fuck?
Well, not only that, but then, it was 2 months. All they had was 2 months left. Okay. And to her credit, she raised, in 3 weeks, she raised $200 million.
I mean, there was a
And
bounce
most
back.
of that
That's
was-
what
most of that was
major
from
donors can
donations
do.
Of $100 or less.
Yeah, but also there was that. I mean, there was like the headwind that bounced back as well too, because like everyone was like kind of down with her. Not only after the debate, where it's just like, oh god, Joe Biden is not up to like do this or thing to run a campaign and be the president again. But then also like the assassination attempt, where like if only Trump actually moved further to the right. And got to-
Oh, and notice that he doesn't have a scar on his ear.
Yeah, exactly. They
Yeah.
claimed that he did as well too, but it's just like no, it's like he did get hit, but like it wasn't. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm not a Marine Corps drill instructor, but I know enough about firearms. I've been using firearms for decades to know that if that bullet hit his ear,
If it went
even
near his
touched
ear,
it, like less than a millimeter on the top of his ear, enough to cause blood like that, it's gonna leave a goddamn scar and a gouge in his ear.
if it had passed near his ear, it would have caused significant damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't touch it. But,
Um,
his coat was within a couple of days, his coat was wearing the big old
It's fake bandages.
maxi pads over their ear. Okay.
Maxi
That
And
shit
then,
was
um,
funny as fuck, though. I mean,
Literally wearing diapers because somebody's criticized him and said that he was wearing a diaper, so they were gonna.
He has to wear diapers. He's shitting himself on television.
I have that video bookmarked.
But yet, like, but no, the Blue Maga crowd and like the K Hive and stuff like that, because like I decided to like
the
admit
K
that
Hive?
they, like,
Seriously?
that's
Jesus
what some
Christ.
people call it, the K Hive as well too. It's
The
just
what?
like
Say it
the
again?
K Hive, as in for the Kamala Harris fandom. K Hive.
Like the Bayhive, like Beyonce.
yeah, I know. It's just like, but like, I kind of called someone out on like Facebook that like I know an Iranian man that like was campaign for Kamala Harris, was like enthusiastic to like vote for Kamala Harris as well too, and said like you have to like vote for the lesser two evils, that sort of thing too. And it's just like, yeah, it's
How about
like,
you nominate somebody who isn't a lesser fucking evil?
yeah. How about
yeah.
that?
Because Americans won't vote for somebody who's not evil. Except they would. They totally fucking would. The DNC just won't let us nominate someone who's not evil.
I was gonna say I was weirdly enthusiastic about her, not because I thought she was a good candidate, but because she is just a political cipher, and I thought, at least in the beginning, that they were going to lean into, continuing fixing the Trump stuff as opposed to just caving.
Doubling
towards
down
the
on
right.
bullshit.
In which case, we
And
could
being-
have continued to have nice things like Lena Khan and
And
what do you call it?
would've been,
The Secretary of Interior, I think it was.
Right.
Oh, just like there was a lot of good under Biden. It wasn't great,
right.
and
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah, it wasn't
enough
horrible.
to
It
make up
wasn't
for
great.
Trump.
Especially
But-
if you lived in Gaza.
Yeah.
I
but
mean,
as far as Americans were
there's
concerned,
no
and it was-
what do you call it for that? But
when because I voted for her. No, I voted against Trump. I didn't
Yeah,
vote for her,
exactly.
yeah,
But I voted against Trump. But some of this stuff domestically just would not have happened. Now, would ICE have continued arresting people? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. They wouldn't have murdered 3 people in the streets.
Right.
Yes.
And especially white people. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you can't touch the white people.
Yeah, all those brown people.
And they would
still
not
would've
have
Mhm.
done it to the extent that they have. But, Obama raised ICE funding and personnel horrendous.
Democrats still aren't voting to defund ICE.
Yeah.
No.
They're saying we need to give them more money
We
for
can't
better
talk
training.
about that. We can't appear soft on crime.
Let's give them body cams. You want to give them the thing that ICE wanted all the time as well too, because like honestly in the current shootings as well too. Even if you give send out the body
If they are
cams-
all wearing body cams, it'll be easier for them to selectively edit their lives.
Yes, exactly, because they can turn off the body cams whenever they want to.
Yeah, oops, I
and-
turned it off, or oops, I forgot to charge it, or whatever.
Mhm.
Look at
I don't know where I posted the video. It must have got
and
deleted. accidentally.
he hasn't been in the news lately, but Mario's brother, okay,
Oh, Luigi.
with the backpack thing.
Yeah, they fucked up the
There
evidence
was
stuff.
a break in the chain of evidence.
No, there wasn't. There was a different. They searched the backpack before they should have. Defense made a motion to exclude, and the judge said no, inevitable discovery. They would have gone through it when he was processed, so his backpack stuff got left in.
Right.
They
My
excluded a
point,
few
though,
of his
is
comments
that there
because they
was-
didn't
there was
properly
a- There was
Mirandize.
a break in the chain of evidence for when they got the backpack to the shop. Cop shop. Okay. So it could have been, to my knowledge. I'm not saying it
No,
was.
that was never alleged by the defense. I think you're getting
I know
bad
it
info
wasn't.
on
I
that.
know it wasn't because you can't prove a negative. So.
No, I'm saying that there was no break in the chain of custody.
Oh.
I think you're getting bad info there.
I'll have
I listened to a reliable law podcast on this.
Okay.
They failed to properly Mirandize him
Oh,
at
not-
first. They
not
got a few
Ben
of his
Shapiro?
statements excluded.
No, Ben Shapiro's not reliable anything. Not even reliable at making good entertainment as well too.
Shit Shapiro
Not even a
even said that's what I
reliable
call
Jew
him.
when
Okay.
he is one.
So it's
Like,
Charlie
true.
Quirk, Jim Fool, Shit Shapiro, Joe Slogan. Okay. But
What about
Shit
Dennis
Shapiro
Prager?
Even said, off different topic, but Shit Shapiro even said that he didn't understand why anybody wanted to retire.
Says the
Maybe
guy
it's
who
not
works
everybody
indoors
works
sitting
McDonald's.
down.
They're sitting down at a fucking desk all day. You got waitresses, you got hospital workers, you got nurses, you got cops, you got
I believe it's
construction
pronounced
workers,
pig.
you got,
Okay, so Ben Shapiro,
I
I
don't want to
challenge
be
you
working
to.
the drive-through in my 70s. That's some bullshit right there.
Yes,
I
Ben Shapiro,
know
you work a
multiple
gas station
people
all day
at
and
the
stand on
local
your feet all
Walmart.
day.
I
and
worked
see
there
how you
11
feel.
and a half years, and most of them are my friends, but I know multiple people at the Walmart that are over 68 years old and still working there.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them, it isn't, oh, well, you know, I got all my bills paid off, so I'm just, you know, doing it to fart around, you know, and have spending money. Oh, no, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's because they can't afford food and
I
medicine.
could have,
Mhm.
when I retired was December of 22. And with my Social Security and the level of money that I was making at Walmart, I could have still worked 4 days a week if I'd have been able to do, I couldn't do it physically anymore, but I could have worked 4 days a week and not lost any of my Social Security.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm done. I want to spend more time with my kids and my grandkids.
Yeah.
You know, doing whatever I want to do, the artwork and the whatever, you know, and
I think we should be talking earlier retirement, not later retirement.
Right.
I think we
and
should be
now I
talking
work
3-day
50
work
hours a
weeks.
week. I
Yes,
babysit
3-day
a
work
toddler.
weeks, 25-hour work weeks, like
Joey knows the box goblin quite well, because Joey and I talk every day. I babysit a toddler 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. And I saved that toddler's mother well over
That sounds like $50,000 a year.
Huh?
That sounds like $50,000 a year for the pay for the worker. The pay to the people who run that organization would be something like 200 grand a
No,
year.
I don't even charge her anywhere near.
No. What I'm saying is that's what the worker would
from
get
what they
paid.
were saying, yeah. Well, partially also because the only daycare she could find, she works a block from my house, so that's perfect.
Okay.
And the only daycare she could find was one 35 miles north.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have to drive 70 miles in the morning.
That's
to
a
drop her off
long
at that,
way
and
for
then
a
70
freaking
miles to pick her
daycare.
up 5 days a week.
Yeah, the logistics of like things is also a whole thing. Hello, like Phoenix, like how
Single
you
mother.
doing? And Phoenix, just make sure to tell Archie to like hands off your jewelry. Yes, it's shiny and all, but hands off the jewelry. Just inside joke
And
between.
she's not on EBT because they told her she makes too much.
Oh yeah, that kind of bullshit as well too. Hello, why is the title of the screen that's like Gallifrey? Like you just like extra John Brockman. That what's with the title of the screen? It's like a communist line. That's like that's how he title as well too.
Oh no. The default thumbnail for the videos is my typical handle in Gallifreyan.
Oh okay, yeah.
Or actually, it might be the title.
What's going on
It's
here?
been like 3 years since I came up with the what's your thing. Actually, it might be. It's been a long time since I came up with the thing in Gallifreyan. I don't remember exactly what it says.
Oh.
And then also, does anybody know, because this is driving me crazy on my, because I did my show yesterday. It was a gaming charity show.
Yeah.
Like what you do.
Yeah.
And that delay just drives me up a freaking wall, you know. And there was a way, I know I did it the last year I was doing my show. I found a way to cut that delay from like 20 seconds down to 4 seconds. Almost real time. So you have better responses to your chat and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
going to figure that some bitch out. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, like, if there's a lacking computer in like a processing transfer, that can cause it. But yeah, he's like that shit. His shiny can has to be destroyed. Apparently, Archie, like Phoenix's cats, have destroyed the shiny can because like Archie's knocked a can of sparkling water off the counter and spilled everywhere, and it's just like,
Oh, jeez.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's sucks.
I will
yeah.
be sitting here
Cats.
talking to Joey, and, you know, if it's not... God, I hate that green screen crap. I'll be sitting here talking to Joey, and when it's not green screen, you can see my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And Joey will say, "Ooh, you're gonna get in trouble." And I turn around, and them suckers are on the counter over there. Yeah, they know. I have two water pistols. They know that.
I
They'll
think
jump down at my, ooh, you're gonna get in trouble. They'll jump down. Like,
Or if they
I
hear
wasn't
the
doing
chair start,
anything. I
if they hear the
wasn't.
chair start to turn around, they're like, "Oh shit," and they run. They're also, I'm really trying to not use an ableist word. They are ignorant as hell. I will punish them, pick them up, yell at them, whatever.
It's okay. You can call them Southern. I give you S-word privileges.
And they will. I'm going to get to that in a second. And they will walk right up to me, 30 seconds after I punish them, and they're fine. But if I've been nice to my pet, whatever, you know, for 3 or 4 hours, I get up and stand up to walk over somewhere, and they're like I'm trying to kill them or something. I fulfilled, or not, that's not the right word. I thought, like a lot of Americans do, that just because you have a Southern accent makes you ignorant and a hick, etc., etc., etc. And I happened to be down in Oklahoma, living down there, and I was had my day off. I was working at the dairy farm, local dairy farm, and we worked 14-hour shifts, 2 days on, 2 days off. So I had my day off. So I'm sitting at the local coffee shop in a town of about 500 people. It's a village. And it's a gas station. They got little tables or whatever. And I'm yakking with this guy. He's got bibs on, wellies, has a faint odor de manure. Okay, really nice guy, super nice guy. And we're sitting there yakking and whatever, you know. And I'm telling him, you know, where I'm from. I'm a Yankee, and et cetera, et cetera. He started talking. He's got that deep Oklahoma accent. Okay. And I asked him. He said he was retired and he ran a goat farm. And that me, because I love goats. Joey knows that. I love goats. So I asked him what he did before he retired.
That's so fucking Irish.
Well,
Fucking
yeah.
goats.
He was an IBM mainframe programmer and knew more about computers than I will ever learn. And I was like, oh, I'm the one who's a jackass now. So I learned my lesson there.
My dad had a lot of fun with that in grad school. People would come to him for help, and he'd say, "Y'all can't do this now. Sit yourself on down. I explain it to you." They don't want his thickest hillbilly accent.
Trey Crowder had a good routine with that too. He and his two friends who also go on tour with him were in this clip were standing in a bar, and this guy comes up to him and is talking to him, and he's kind of criticizing him, because they're speaking, in a southern accent, whatever. And then it got like super quiet for a second, and at the same time, one of them, I can't remember what they said something that normally, if you had been following the conversation, would have not been bigoted in any way, but that's not the way it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole bar looked at him and were like, oh, we gotta go now. He's a good one. What the heck is his name? Rebel Trey Crowder.
Oh, the liberal redneck or something.
Yeah, liberal redneck. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's a pretty funny guy.
Yeah.
Yep, I like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one I got the participation trophy line from, referring to Confederate statues.
That's how I pronounce it, Phoenix, Maryland. But then I lived there for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Yeah,
I still-
Maryland, just like.
Why I still say y'all and youngin.
Mm-hmm.
In Oklahoma for 4 years. Shut up, John.
Yeah,
It's it.
the
I mean,
idea.
Go ahead,
The
Joe.
idea that, people are smart and stupid as opposed to, like, either just ignorant of different things or, what do you call it? Curious or incurious.
Yeah. Which is like.
I mean, the stereotype is well-founded. Go back to the Civil War. Just one of the stats I remember off the top of my head is that 95% of people in the North were literate. It's like 95% of men, 93% of women. In the South, it was 75% of men, 66% of women. So it was 3/4 and 2/3. And that's just white people, because it was illegal for slaves to learn how to read, obviously.
Yeah.
I just read within the last 2 or 3 days that 46% of Americans had a less a reading grade level, grade level.
Below 6th grade.
Literacy, that's where I look for. Of 5th grade or lower.
Mm-hmm. Much of our society is functionally illiterate.
Yeah.
No wonder I get into so many fights with people on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I mean, I'm not dogging anybody who's dyslexic. I'm not dogging anybody who has problems because of poverty or whatever.
Yeah,
a lot of
there's that
times you
too.
don't have a choice with the circumstances or whatever. But there are people who have the choice, and they make the choice.
Well, people who are dyslexic should be able to have tutors. They shouldn't have to pay for it.
No. I think Jonathan should be ignorant and stupid.
Yes.
Well, George Carlin said more than once, the people who own this country don't want smart, intelligent, educated voters. They want people just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork. That's all they want.
Yeah, our education, it's not an education system, it's an indoctrination system. It's a system for training compliance.
Right.
You sit still, do what you're told for, 8 hours a day. That's it.
Yeah, as much
And
as...
it starts with a fascist pledge.
I didn't.
Yes.
Oh yeah, believe me, because I did that when I was a kid. I didn't know you.
They
had
still
to
do
go
it.
through Phoenix. That's awesome. I had. I got like 3.5 years of a bachelor's, and then I had a meltdown, and that shot that all to ass. So, why I tell people, I said I did over 3 years of college. That's why I work at Walmart.
Yeah, that's another way that you can tell that education isn't about education.
Yeah.
If it were about education, then, your pay, your ability to get jobs, and so would scale with every class you take, not the degree.
Although I had never heard this before because I'd never been to college before. When I went to college, I was 48 the first year I went to college. And I loved every single one of my teachers. I got into a disagreement with one, but I loved every single one of my teachers. And I had never heard of what they call freshman's disease. Every time I took a class, I wanted to change my major. Introduction to sociology, introduction to cultural anthropology, especially introduction to physics. Oh my God, I loved that class. I used to help the instructor because he was interested in learning Linux, and I've been playing Linux for 30-odd years. whole year.
Physics was my A- class. All the other ones I got A pluses in
I
math.
love the only reason I graduated high school was because I do really, really, really well on tests. Yeah, Archie, knock it off.
Yeah.
I never got less than a B plus in any test I ever took all 4 years of high school. But I hated homework. Like, one of my favorite classes is art class. I loved it. It was a general art, so we did clay sculpture, and we did pastels, and we did
For me, it depended on the homework. Like,
origami.
couldn't stand history and English.
Oh, I loved it. I
History
loved
and
every class I
English
ever had.
homework I didn't like. But
Well,
if
I
you
would read
put
the
the
book.
sciences and the math, then I like those ones.
I would read the book in like the first 2 days.
Yeah.
And
The
then
proudest-
if we had a quiz coming up or something, or I knew we were working towards a particular part of the book, I would pick it up and read that chapter again. But like in my art class, we had our homework was drawing one picture a week. That was it. And the teacher would say, draw a tree, draw a paper sack, draw an egg, and if you think that's easy, try drawing a paper sack or an egg and making it look like that. I turned in 3 the whole year. And I loved my teacher, Mrs. Williams. She was awesome. Mrs. Williams and Mrs. Tuttle. 2 art teachers that I absolutely adored. Tuttle used to get up on class, or her desk, because it had that big metal desk, turn the radio on, and dance to music while we were drawing, just for the hell of it. Yeah. Art teachers were a little, odd in my...
She was high.
Probably.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
The way mine worked is weird. It wasn't that I disliked doing assignments. It was the home part of homework. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything outside of school. So when in my sophomore, junior year, I forget which, but I ended up taking it senior too because it was so good. There was this class. It was essentially a business class, which meant it was super easy because the sort of people that go into business class aren't the sort of people who are curious and want to.
Yeah.
So I had a bunch of
They're
extra
Mayo
time to do
mode.
assignments, and then suddenly my grades heavily picked up because my problem wasn't doing the work; it was just bringing the work home. I refused to bring the work home.
Well,
Yeah.
I think personally that homework shouldn't even be assigned. Like
Nope, it
they
shouldn't exist.
have
I
mixed
agree 100%.
homework in so many different other countries, and they've had some really positive results.
Oh, yeah.
School should be year round, and there shouldn't be homework.
Right.
You know why we have school off in the summer and winter?
To help with
Farming.
farm work.
Nope.
Because fucking
Summer and winter are the times when you don't have to do farm work. You plant in the spring, you harvest in the fall, the times when you're in school. They reasoned by analogy that the mind is like a field. You have to plant and then harvest. Literally, that's why.
So the stupidest reason.
The stupidest possible reason.
The
Is-
American education system is...
Yep.
It's more puritanical bullshit.
Yeah,
They get that shit.
No,
from
this
their
was
Bible.
industrializing reforms. They did this at the same time. They started having people go class to class, bell to bell. They got rid of the one-room schoolhouse, things like that. Some of the reforms they did were fine, like school curricula and standardizing textbooks, but
I love college. I am tengo dos
I loved learning
cientos
my special
veinte
interests.
y veinte
I really loved being young.
días en español con Duolingo.
I hated being young.
I have-
Holy fuck, I hated
The
it.
health that came with being young,
Yeah.
the stupidity was not so fun.
135 days in Spanish.
Other people
137
were
days
also
in
not
Wilga,
fun when you're young.
you know.
No, that's true too. Yeah, yeah.
You
other
don't get any kind of respect when you're young.
You don't deserve respect when you're young.
Or in his case,
Have you met young people?
one thing I skipped, I'm doing, well, we're in the hellscape. I got my cartoons back up and running. I'm going to start kicking in the Blue Sky more. I'm going to start fixing up my Patreon to get that working so that there's going to be a free movie on Saturdays. But yeah, I babysit 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, for my box goblin. She's adorable. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what she always says. Or if I'm looking for something, where the hell did I put that? She go, I ate it.
I eat it all up.
So I'd say her name, which I'm not going to say on camera, but we'll just call her D. I say, D, you always tell me that. Well, yeah, I ate it. Or we also have farting contests and burping contests. I'm raising this kid right, okay? Farting contest, burping contest, not a problem. And she can sing all the words to probably, because, you know, Joey knows this is me, she can sing all the words to probably 20 Christmas songs right now at 2.5 years old. I love Christmas. But I'm also teaching her some
She
alternative.
periodically breaks out in song too.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
she just starts singing all of a sudden out of nowhere. She'll just.
Have you
start
started teaching her the Internationale?
I call her the box goblin in part because not only does she also play in boxes, I'll have to take a picture of it and maybe post it somewhere on the channel or whatever. But I took a large cardboard box. I got 2 of them because I ordered 6 milk crates from Walmart, and it came in one big enough. I made it into a car for her because I'm a fucking redneck. Okay, so it had to have duct tape on it too. And then I bought an $11 wheel, plastic wheel that hooks up to it, spins, and you know, you push the buttons and it makes different sounds when she drives her car every day.
Oh, that's fun.
My brother did something like that for me when I was real little, out of a diaper box. And then he made me a fort out of the box the fridge came in.
Well, I've made like both of my offspring. The first pair of shoes that they ever wore, well, obviously not walking, but was a pair of leather shoes that I made for them. I've made toys. Well, just about any job you can think of, I've done with my hands. I've been a seismographer, I've been a welder's helper, plumber's helper, electrician's helper. I've laid carpet and done drywall and mudding and shingling and roofing and concrete and, you know, wooden furniture and wooden toys and all kinds of stuff. It'll blast doing it.
Have you
Building.
euthanized hamsters for medical research?
The what?
Have you euthanized hamsters for medical research?
Jeez,
No, why would I do that? They run my
It's a job you can do with your hands.
You should see some of the fluffy pagans when I talk about hunting. I don't value trophy hunting.
That's
I
stupid.
also don't, however, completely agree when people say, well, it wastes the meat. No, it doesn't. Animals eat it.
Mhm.
Okay. But if that's all you're going out for, yeah. No.
You're just killing to kill when you're trophy hunting.
And the fact is, we wouldn't need to do culling if we let wolves live.
Right.
Right.
But
Yeah.
If we
I'll
let
take
the
a fucking deer
predators
down.
just do
I
what
have
they do.
crossbows. I'll take a fucking deer down in a minute, and I love venison.
I mean, if we let the animal predators do what they do.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Don't let
we
the
definitely
Republicans
let the
do
human
that.
ones do.
I've eaten snake, porcupine, rabbit, turtle, pan.
Gator?
Rabbit is like the. Rabbit is.
I hear rabbit's fatty.
It's
Yeah,
so
what?
like
Fatty?
so many
Yeah.
different predators eat rabbit.
No.
Like
Is
rabbits were practically designed to be the popcorn of.
Right.
Their
Like the
survival
natural
strategy
world.
is just breeding.
Yes.
Reading and running like hell.
Just make as many as possible.
And running, they're not super great at. They're not terrible, but
Right.
They're really good at
You,
changing direction. That's what
now,
helps.
I love turtles. Okay, they're, but my favorite is baby goats. Okay. Baby goats are the best mammal, baby mammal, cutest mammal in the world. You guys can have different opinions.
Oh, I thought you were talking about eating baby goats.
Huh?
I thought you were talking about eating baby goats.
No, but if it died, if that bucker's going on my plate, I ain't killing it, but
Yeah.
I ain't wasting it either.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
a redneck that grew up the oldest of 10 kids. Okay? If it's slower than me, I've probably eaten it.
Like
If it holds still long enough and don't bite back too hard.
Goat meat's good, but I don't know if there would be a substantial difference. Like a
If it's got,
beef veal
four
thing.
legs and its back points to the heavens, eat that motherfucker.
I've never had.
But
I'm
also,
not even sure if I've had adult goat. to tell you
Phoenix
the
and young.
truth.
Have you
I've
had?
had sheep and
Joe
lamb.
and I were talking about this earlier today, I think, or yesterday. If they have it, like Morningstar Farms products, you know, the chicken strips and the beef strips are made from tofu. I love those things. They're absolutely awesome.
Yeah, Morningstar is
Stir
good.
fry and whatever.
They don't have
The problem
shawarma on the res.
A little bag like that's like $12 fucking.
Yeah, that's the price. That's the problem.
You should open a shawarma shop.
But
Made
there's
out of
all
tofu and
kinds of
it's
shit
$12.
that I do. If I like won the lottery, I keep thinking of all the different things that you could do on the res to actually bring jobs
Yeah.
and give people a chance to make money doing something.
Open up a
You know,
call
as much
center.
as I-
Having
much as
somebody
I
who's
talk about
awake
money
during
or
the day
whatever,
who speaks
if I won
English.
the lottery, I would make an animal sanctuary. Bird sanctuary.
Well, that's probably
river.
one of the things that I do with my money too, but it would be run by indigenous people.
Oh yeah.
Turn every res into a national park and hire all the natives there to run it.
I like shawarma, but
I never
and
had
that's what we
shawarma.
found.
I
And,
don't know that I've
my
had
friends,
shawarma.
You know,
I might have
a
had
lot of my
shawarma.
friends, you know, I could have 10,000 friends in that case. But a lot of my friends would go, you know what? Move here. Ain't got to pay rent. Ain't got to pay utilities.
Yeah.
Ain't got to pay light, Wi-Fi or whatever. And
An
there would be a
actual
communal kitchen.
commune.
Yeah.
It would be a fucking commune.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that just reminds me, just like a fun topic as well. Go. Okay, hey, assuming that you have like fuck everyone else money as well too, or you're super wealthy as well too. I would obviously, of course, like give money to like any of my friends said like you needed if they just needed like you needed a computer. There was some money as well too. But after all that, and I fix my teeth and I get like immunotherapy, so I'm no longer allergic to like chicken and eggs and stuff like that. So I can finally try all the food in the world that I've been wanting to try. And see what this donut is like. Okay. But
I start buying politicians to implement my new lottery-based election system.
No,
Yeah.
Geek, I would actually challenge you on that notion.
What?
Donuts, trying one for the first time? Oh my
I-
god.
I had a vegan donut before.
Like,
from,
I
a vegan
remember my first donut, and the donut, it was comparatively, it was like this to me because I was that
Oh,
little.
wow. Ah, yeah.
And just that first bite of what a donut is, you suddenly get mad at your parents for having denied you donuts from the time you were an infant.
It is legit one of those foods that
Okay, I'm
like
gonna have to
you
teach
get
you,
used to
Joey,
it really
I'm gonna have
fast,
to
but the
teach you how
first
to
few
make
times
farls.
you have it,
Yeah.
so good.
I'm gonna have to teach you how to make farls and how to make cocaine and donuts. Very easy.
Cocaine donuts?
Huh? Cocaine donuts? Oh, I think so.
No wonder I could eat. No wonder.
I mean, what do you think the frosting is? You know?
But you know, you just take cocaine, but you make the base, but you don't add the cabbage or any.
You
garlic
don't even,
stuff.
yeah,
Because then you can
I'm
make two
lost
different
in
types.
what
You can make a
colcannon
sweet
is.
version or
I
a
don't
tangy
remember.
version.
Is
What's
colcannon like cabbage?
Yeah, I like vegan. I like a lot of vegan food. And again, if they could make a food, vegetarian or vegan, that tasted, and it almost doesn't even have to be that texture necessarily, but
Yeah.
that tasted like chicken. I could give up bacon, and I could easily give up beef or pork.
Bacon's very fatty
But
anyway.
chicken is really hard for me to give up because I'll eat that shit 7 days.
Natural
a week.
fats are fine.
I'll follow my nose down a hallway and knock on somebody's door practically for bacon.
Right.
Ah, I see. So,
I think
I'll be like,
unlike a lot
Hi,
of the
I'm
other
your
things,
neighbor.
chicken
Fingers
they don't
cracked,
they don't
couple bacon.
flavor
What's that,
chicken
Joe?
as much. They don't flavor chicken as much as other things, or at least the basic.
Well,
So you
Joey and I were
can't
talking about
duplicate the
this. I like
flavor as
chicken
well as
because-
with bacon, where you just
Right. When we
essentially
make it.
simulate the grease flavor and the salt,
Ooh, I
and
would love to try that one.
you
Phoenix.
replace the like you can.
mushroom pecan roast.
But we prepare chicken as just chicken all the time, so
Yeah.
it's hard to get an approximation. You could probably get an approximation of like
God, you
fried
are right.
chicken by just doing the seasoning and
Oh,
then and then just grilling it. But
You're definitely white.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but okay, because Jody, I had this discussion. I hate mayonnaise. It is not in my house. Okay.
The texture's weird anyway.
And I actually do use, I'm not comparing myself to a lot of cooks because obviously a lot of people cook better than me, but I do use spices and more than just garlic powder and onion powder, okay?
Why are you attacking me like this?
Okay,
Okay, so the thing is, like, mayonnaise is not a sauce in of itself. It's the base for a sauce. It's like
Yeah.
an excellent way to spread the flavor, so you can't.
I'm sorry, but mayonnaise is the devil's sperm.
Mayonnaise is a way to mix the calories of olive oil with the flavor of vinegar.
I've been a sex worker for years, and there's been a lot of things I put in my mouth voluntarily. Mayonnaise will never be one of them.
So my question my question is.
Fried okra good, boiled okra nasty.
Okay, so
Okra is the devil's toenails, and lettuce is the devil's scrotum skin.
I agree, but Phoenix, like, it's a condiment as well too. Just like ketchup in of itself is not like a meal as it were too, and ketchup's nasty anyway as well too. Give me hot sauce over ketchup any day as well too.
Yes.
But like, yes, my question is like, okay, if you're super rich, what stupid thing would you spend your money on? Like, I would like have have arcade cabinets like the X-Men, the Simpsons, and like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, both of them as well too. And also having a soda fountain machine, so I can mix graveyard.
Oh, you mean
all
the
day.
what? Like,
No,
what's the one
no.
stupid
See,
thing
here's
that you
what
would
you do.
spend
Here's
your
what you
money
do.
on if you
Yeah.
had it?
Yeah.
Here's what
Mine
you do.
would be. I think mine would be that I would want to have a theater, like a home theater, but with better chairs.
Oh yeah.
But with like a huge fucking screen and really good speakers.
Yeah.
And I'd probably I'd hope that what I would also do is put like a lot of solar panels in to help power this thing.
I'd build a casino.
But it would be one of the ways that you would be able to tell I was rich.
Yeah.
There you go, Phoenix. I would take
Ely,
mine's very simple, very easy. Okay, first of all, I've got to build a tower.
Yes.
A medieval tower has to have wooden doors, whatever, the whole 9 yards. Okay. There would be 3 levels. And well, actually 4. But so the top one would be an observatory, all kinds of telescopes and whatever. Okay. But the first one, the bottom floor, would be a banquet room.
Oh.
And there'd be a fireman's pole and a slide.
Okay. The second one would be a home theater area. Okay. Again, in a round tower. And the third one would be a little smaller. Okay. Maybe like 2 or 3 rooms. And they would be gaming tables for D&D and tabletop role-playing games. Okay, that have computer screens in the table. So you keep track of your character and do random rolls and whatever, and the DM can keep track of all that and their computer station and whatever.
And it has the screen
While Led
inlaid.
Zeppelin is just blaring out the fucking speaker.
Nerd!
Okay, yeah, Ely, do you have an answer to like what stupid
Yeah,
thing you?
yeah. I would build a giant meat grinder for billionaires, and then I would redistribute the rest of the money.
You see, the Pizza Gators were right. It's all about eating babies.
I'll give all my money to Ely. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And every day on my Facebook walls, there's another person claiming that they're fucking cannibals.
Yeah.
I would build a casino.
Bagel slicers. That's what I want to build.
What is the rationale with the casino?
To make money off of stupid people.
You just want to run a casino?
Yeah, I just want to make more money off of the ignorant shitbeds who live here in South Carolina.
You can't do it. You obviously can't run it like Donald Trump then.
No, I would make money.
John, can't be your own
like Christopher
tribe.
Titus said, how the hell can you go bankrupt in the casino?
Actually, my great-grandmother
The whole
was
idea of the
1/4
casino
Cherokee
is
princess,
You take all your
so...
money, you walk in, you give it to the casino, and you leave.
Wait, how many Cherokee princesses have there been? There's so many
How the
people
hell
on that.
could you-
There
There's
was
only
just
one.
one. She really got around though.
Being the only child is making him into a what?
A lot
There
of
you go.
baby
Okay,
daddy.
I had to just stretch it out a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah. There's Phoenix is talking about Archie. Guys, so let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, like, a bit of change to topic as well, too. But, like, okay, do you know the movie Night at the Museum, starring Ben Stiller? Fun movie as well,
Vaguely.
too. Yeah, but it's like, there's sort of
Oh
like...
yeah, I
there's
just
sort-
recently watched that one and what is it? There's 3 total.
there's
Something
going
like
to be
that.
a
And there's the Christian ripoff.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. The
Oh,
Night of
really?
the Bible Museum. Going to star Dean Cain and...
Oh, no, they've already made several.
Yes, they already
Ew.
made super. Yes, but not only that, but
Kirk
no,
Cameron, Dean Cain, what's his name?
Yes.
Hercules, Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo. Yeah, and no. There's
Or
the
as Lucy Lawless, my future ex-wife, called him Peanut. On
so-
Twitter, she calls him Peanut. I think it's
But
Mhm.
speaking of
hilarious.
Peanut, also there is your children can be like an extra in like the Night of the Bible Museum if you spend $16,000 for the Young Christian Filmmaker Camp, and one of the classes of the Young Christian Young Filmmaker Camp is improv with Kevin Sorbo.
See, the thing is, Kevin Sorbo seems like a really personable guy, but he's also an ignorant asshole.
And here, this is how. And the thing is,
How
like,
about I fund it 25% and say that it's for the future atheists that they're raising
Yeah.
because their brand of Christianity has people at least 25% of their youth just walks away as soon as they can.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, it's some toxic shit, and it just takes seeing the rest
At
of the
least the
world a
Amish, because I
little
have
bit,
cousins who are
and you
Amish.
realize
At least
that.
the Amish have a system where you go out for a year.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you're a
yeah.
male.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's that.
And the Amish community is also incredibly toxic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Phoenix says, "I'm disappointed that the actress who played one of those things.
The actress who what?
Isn't actually
Sacagawea.
indigenous.
Mm.
You know, I was also disappointed. I didn't know it until a few years after the show ended. I was also disappointed and did not realize that the guy who is in the wheelchair in Glee is not in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it until a few years later. I was looking up music because I love music on YouTube. And it was some of the cast members, you know, when he's doing around in a wheelchair or whatever. And then all of a sudden he just got up and started walking. And not everybody who uses a wheelchair has to be in it 24/7. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he mentioned that had he, you know, if he was offered the job now, he would have turned it down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of actors in actual wheelchairs that can, like, where's our representation when you're disabled?
And it's hard to really even get on the actor about that. Like,
Yep. It's Hollywood.
that's just a producer problem.
Unless it's
Yeah.
some
Staffing.
really exploitative show like Dating on the Spectrum or something like that.
Or you know, they're making enough money.
Oh yeah. Once you have enough money that you can easily turn down roles.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to blame an actor for the role they have to take. Most actors are just struggling, and even famous people, you're just living the lowest level of a middle class lifestyle.
I sort of still kind of blame Scarlett Johansson for taking the role of like a Makoto Kusanagi in Ghost in the Shell. That was whitewashing for sure.
And at that point, she could have turned it down, I think.
Well, and that's the
Actually, no, that was
thing that I
pre-Marvel,
have with
wasn't it?
that is that there's just so much
2017.
whitewashing in Hollywood.
Oh, no, so it
It
wasn't
was
pre-Marvel.
like-
And
Middle
then
of Marvel.
look at what Phoenix is saying in the chat about Joey and I had this conversation many times. Okay, look, white people. One, I seriously doubt that your great grandmother is half Cherokee.
Oh, I was lying.
There were no princesses.
Do you not know
Stop
any
that.
other nations? Hopi, Arapaho, Apache, Anishinaabe, Iroquois.
I don't know about you, but I learned about the Trail of Tears, and nothing else.
and look up.
No,
the
actually, when I
history
lived
of
in
the
Pennsylvania, they taught us about the Lenore Lenape.
Look up the history of the Irish with indigenous peoples here in America. We have a
Oh,
strong
yeah.
brotherhood with people in different nations, with especially the Choctaw, because during the troubles, well, I mean it was trouble, but during the Blight, okay, they gathered up $710, which was the equivalent nowadays of $5,000, and sent it to Middleton, Ireland. Just a few years.
Yeah, for me, I know for sure I do have Padawan in me because, like, I have talked to like my great aunt and great uncles, and they can name the person that is like Padawan in their family as well too. So like in like probably like 1/64 to 1/32, so it's just like far removed from like, and like I haven't like learned that culture at all as well too. But I don't claim indigeneity whatsoever as well too, because like
a few years after the Trail of Tears, they sent us that money. And so the Irish not only reciprocated by, like, for example, giving some students, what the hell is the word, Joey? I did this before too, scholarships for a year. Come over to Ireland for a year, all expenses paid. Okay, to the Choctaw. Also during COVID, the height of the pandemic, it was Hopi and another nation. I can't remember what it was.
Navajo.
Might have been. That they sent money and medical supplies and all kinds of shit. You know, the Irish did. Yeah, we have. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some ignorant, bigoted Irish jackasses, but in general, the Irish people have done a lot in companionship.
Europeans in general are far more enamored of the romanticized version of Native Americans that they have in their head.
The noble savage.
Like Chingachgook and his white son, Nathaniel.
They've actually gotten a lot of, I don't want to call it representation because it's white peopling.
Right.
And writing about other cultures that they don't actually know or understand or are a part of.
Yeah.
One of the first sociologists was a white guy making up shit about the Algonquins.
It was positive.
Yeah.
It wasn't negative like it was in the United States. I mean, even I grew up playing cowboys and Indians and knowing that in a just world, the Indian wins.
Yeah.
You know, and Joey and I had a conversation a while back, and then
Marx, primitive communism.
Like yesterday. I don't consider myself knowledgeable on a lot of issues. The problem is that I know that I'm more knowledgeable than a lot of Americans on a lot of issues. And I'm an ignorant motherfucker on a lot of shit, okay?
Yeah.
As an example, a perfect example, okay, I knew about the actual history of Pocahontas as much as I could. And I knew about a lot of stuff. Of course, I wasn't taught any of that shit in school, you know. That's
just the movie for me, and that's
but
it.
It wasn't
but
until Joey told me, what, a year or so ago, about the Dakota 38 that I knew anything about them. I knew that Lincoln was an asshole, but I didn't know about the Dakota 38.
I think like, honestly, I bet like if we just like research any president as well too, especially historical ones, and just like Google.
They're all anti-indigenous, no matter who you look up and no matter how recent they are.
Yeah.
They're all anti-indigenous.
But Obama was killing foreigners.
Last one of them.
And
he was getting rid of
I
immigrants. He
use
was,
words
what did he
that
do
would
to the
probably
natives?
get, the channel yanked or
Obama was
channel
responsible
yanked,
for
but it would get,
Debacles.
you know, that particular part muted or whatever.
Yeah.
But, so I'll just say,
I'm not
esophagus baseball play on the people who idolize and lionize Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That my fucking Irish
that fucking foul woman. If you're indigenous, her fucking record is like
horrible.
It's cancerous, is what it is. It's an ongoing proof of colonization.
Yeah.
And then you got the whole pink hat thing, pink hat feminism, and the blue bracelet. What else is there? The blue bracelet, the safety pin.
Oh, all those women forever were wearing those lace things that look like the thing that she used to wear.
Yep, the lace collars.
Whatever
when you said
those things
safety
are
pin, I was
called, I
confused
can't
for a second. I
remember what
thought
they're
you meant
Rough?
What's that, Joe?
There's a like a little thing that they put on. It's like a safe person thing that a lot of companies and the state of Wisconsin did. And when they were like doing that training. They're like, I'm surprised you didn't do that. You're so nice. It was like, yeah, I don't want a badge that says that I'm a safe person. I want to live my life.
Be
in
a
such
safe
way
person.
That people know that.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm kind of surprised about the comment I received getting a whole lot of positive responses. It was somebody just posting a whole bunch of shit they got from toxic men. And one of the comments was, "Oh, you're saying that yes, or yes, all men, but then you're talking about men this way and so on." I was like, and then my response was just, "Not all men, but 1, any man, or yes, any man. 2, enough men. 3, too many men." And I've gotten more than 100 positive responses to that. I was like, it's a pretty simple statement.
I also like when men will say, yes, not all men, but yes, that one. Whoever it happens to be.
And the ones like when you're raised in a culture like the culture that I was raised in, there's the toxic masculinity that is present in white patriarchy in particular is so incredibly toxic. And you're just like, wait a minute, you guys have literally cultured yourselves to be assholes.
Yeah,
I was in a fraternity.
Yeah,
Like, why? Why not be better? Do better.
I spent
Like-
so much of my childhood just feeling like an inadequate, shitty, guy, and until I was like able to latch onto another toxic thing with the being a smart kid.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went down that rabbit hole for a long time, and I've been so much happier in my life since I realized, no, it's all just kind of bullshit. Just live the way you want to live.
Yeah, imagine trying to be toxic when you're autistic and don't even understand what the toxic state is.
Yeah.
And have the overdeveloped sense of justice.
Oh, yeah.
And you just know in your soul, like, this shit is toxic as fuck. It's unjust.
Yeah.
It's no way to, like, build something good. And you're looking at an entire world that is operating with this toxicity. Like, the French have their ultra right-wing conservatives, the Dutch have theirs, you can go overseas and you can find them in all the different white countries. And a lot of them are in power.
Oh, not just white countries.
Yeah,
China.
Yeah. It's not
Japan.
You
And Korea.
go to, you end up, when you go to places like China or Japan, you end up with a different flavor of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Confucianism is the same sort of conservative stuff you get. It's just packaged, structured in a different way.
Right. Because I was a Taoist. I'm still a philosophical Taoist, but I was a Taoist for a long time. And a guy that I know is a Confucianist, and we used to get into, when I say arguments, not like, calling each other names or whatever, but, he's also was a conservative, also a Republican supporter, and I definitely
Then
wasn't.
you've got cultures that are, like, fighting their own caste systems.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And that just provides a whole new level of confusion into trying to become better as a group of species.
And when you have, the U.S. funding the fascists, it makes it even harder.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, India is totally fucked right now.
Oh, yeah, India is totally fucked as well. This also
And South Korea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It just kind of reminds me of, like, on the Daily Zeitgeist. I forget who was the guest as well, too, but, like, she was, like, mentioned her overrated, and it was, like, Hayao Miyazaki films. Because, like, it's not the films themselves, but how those films got praised for such feminist representation as well, too. And to her, it's just like, okay, this is a feminist film of, like, someone who hates women but loves his mother. Because, like, but, like, the host, one of the co-hosts...
That's, like, an oxymoron.
Yeah, it is. So, but the thing is, like, the reason why people kind of will praise Hayao Miyazaki movies for, like, good, strong, like, women, like, characters as well, too. But, like, there's still misogyny in that as well, too. Because there's misogyny in Japanese culture, let me tell you that as well, too. Just from the outside.
You think?
Yeah, but, like, it's like, okay, we're contrasting Hayao Miyazaki films with the women representation in Disney films. And it's just like... So it's slightly better. That's why.
Granted, Irish
just
culture isn't
other
perfect.
anime.
Yeah.
Granted, Irish culture isn't perfect. Shut up, John. By the way, for those who may have turned in on the show or whatever, I like John. We get along really well. It's just a running gag between us, because he talks and
Heart.
I don't want to. So,
Friends rip each other sometimes. Sometimes.
but
Siobhan was in the military. I was in a fraternity. We're very
Irish
familiar with
culture
insults
is
of
not
endearment.
Perfect, but as an example, where I got my name from, because it's not the name that I was birthed with. Okay, I'm not gonna go into that online, but it's Siobhan. Siobhan Mabel Clucker, which the anglicized version of that is O'Connor. Okay. Which is another, also the fact that my two favorite singers in the world ever are Karen Carpenter and Sinead O'Connor. Both got me through some really, really, really dark times in my life. But anyway, Irish culture isn't perfect. But
It's the idealized white
the
supremacist culture.
the women, as far as equality goes, okay, you might have had a king, okay, but the women were right up in front battle with the men, okay, and Maeve, which is one of the people that I have named myself after, my name loosely, very loosely translated in Gaeilge, means hereditary champion and queen of the Fae. Okay, I'm a Celtic Fae.
I was gonna ask if that's the same Maeve of the Fae as opposed to a different
Yes.
Maeve in Irish culture that I just wasn't familiar with.
However, Maeve, while was a great person, she also there's a story about, I'll try to make it short, there's a story about how she, because she did a lot of pillow talk, that's in the legends, okay, and bragging with and against her husband. They were trying to see, brag who had the biggest herds of cattle and whatever, because you know what that is. But
I thought you were going to say that she was
story-
bragging about her husband's prowess in bed to the men she was fucking.
There's a story of how
That's a difference.
there was a prophecy that her rival was going to have a baby that was going to grow up and kill her. She didn't want that to happen, so she killed her rival. She killed her rival, drowned her in the river, and cut her belly open and threw the baby in the river. Fuck with the Irish women, I'm telling you. Because I'm sure my mom might have even done something like that.
Now, did that end up like that Greek one where
He grew up and he
not
ended
the
up
Greek
killing her.
one. There,
He
it
grew up and
happens
ended up
more
killing
than
her.
once in Greek.
And her body is supposedly buried in the mound in Silver? I remember the name of the county. Anyway,
There's only 5.
Christian
Cork,
mythology
Killarney,
is
Ulster.
the least
Fuck
interesting
Northern
mythology because
Northern
Christian
Ireland.
mythology
But anyway,
is like all
but
of the characters
it's
are
right
good.
now, at least so far, it is a historical site, and when I say we, I mean the Irish government and the Irish people. We don't want it touched, so it's not been done. That's where her body supposedly lies. Good. Might very well be.
Let's see.
In
Let's see.
Greek
So
Well,
we're
the-
at war with Iran because Israel.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This is what I have mentioned kept several times on my socials too. It's would we bomb Iran if Harris became president? That one I'm not sure of. I don't think.
We would do
I just
surgical
wanna
strikes.
Put a we around we
Yeah, that's
It's-
the USA.
because it ain't my fight.
Right, exactly. That's fair.
I still think it would have happened.
I
still
think
it
that
would have
Israel.
happened, but I don't know if it was you or John said, or maybe it was Joe, said surgical strikes.
Definitely.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
that would have, like what Obama did with the drones.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
we
I'm
would not
getting
drone strike.
tired of us
Killed
bombing
civilians,
into
that's too
oblivion
bad.
everybody who's trying to finally get some fucking nuclear warheads. Because
Yeah,
it seems to be the only way to have respect on this fucking planet is to be able to nuke
The
some
thing
of
is, only evil fascists have nuclear warheads. So we can't
Yeah,
let anyone else
Israel,
get nuclear
USA,
warheads or
Russia.
they'll be evil fascists.
What do you call it? The fun joke for the earlier question about what you would do if you had fuck off money, and that is provide nukes to every non-nuclear state so that we would stop oppressing
go.
them.
You have a nuke.
And you know
have a
what?
nuke.
Here's
You
some
have a nuke.
nuclear power too,
Yes,
because
nuclear
this
power.
works.
Yeah. No. Nuclear power does like work for providing energy and stuff like
I
that.
don't
And
know,
it's probably
though.
one of the
I
great
don't
things
know,
we can do.
Fuck Greenland. I'm nothing against Greenland, okay? You know? And in fact, I'm in support of Greenland running their own fucking country.
You know what? No nukes to Antarctica.
How
no
the hell would you
penguins
think
I'm
it was
just tired of
the
fucking
same
war.
washing that goes on
Yeah.
in the media, the legacy media, just blows my mind. When President Diluted Diaper Mango Tips starts talking about how he wants to buy Greenland. What the fuck?
And then he's threatening to dissolve NATO so we can.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Kristi Noem just got fired as well too, because like she threw President Trump under the bus.
She didn't get fired. She got moved to another spot.
One with absolutely no
see that?
authority to do
You
anything.
see
So
that
Ice
meme
Barbie
that
can
I
play dress up
posted?
all day.
Did you
What
guys
do you
see
think?
that meme that I posted?
Oh,
Possibly.
no.
The one with it's the scene from Dances with Wolves
I haven't seen that.
when Lieutenant Dunbar
Oh,
is carrying her back after she has lost her consciousness. She's fainted seeing him, and
The white
he's
woman.
carrying her back to her people. And it says across the top of the meme, Washington D.C. bringing Kristi Noem back.
Oh, goodness.
That is like, she's gonna come back to South Dakota with her tail between her legs, and I hope she is treated like a whipped dog. I hope
When somebody
the
posted-
tribes are still going to stand by what they said and say that she's not invited.
I don't
to
know. A lot of
any the
governors don't have very good track
reservations
records with dogs. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Is there is there any like boring bureaucrats that aren't making a fool of themselves? Is there God, what's his name?
One
The,
bureaucrat that I would.
The one book about the banality of evil. Who was that about again? It's like
Adolf Eichmann.
Eichmann, yeah. It
The
feels
one,
like
the
there's
one
no
politician
boring
that I
fashion.
used to promote
They're all
and no longer do is Chris Murphy. I agree with him on every single issue except for one.
Ireland.
Taking money from AIPAC and supporting Israel and blah 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 blah. That just I knew
Yeah.
that he's a Democrat, so he was at least going to be.
It's
likely
past
be
time to
lukewarm on
reverse
it.
the position on fucking genocide.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But if we reversed our position on genocide, what would we do about you guys? We'd have to stop genociding.
We need to reverse the position on genocide. We need to recognize that there's like literally no museum.
And the blue
for
MAGA,
Native
the
Americans.
shitlips that constantly, well, if you don't vote for Gavin Newsom, who they already want to ordain him as the second coming of Jesus, if you don't vote for him, then you're voting for Vance. Nominate somebody who's not.
But Newsom hired a really good team to make fun of Trump on Twitter.
I know, right?
Don't.
And I'm
I
sorry,
have-
but
I have so-
initially
I
I
have so-
did, but I don't have any sympathy for her, and I don't have any respect for her because all she's doing is the same fucking thing. She's keeping as Kayleigh McEnany and who's the other one I'm thinking of? Carolyn Levin. Okay. All she's doing is running her mouth, spouting horse shit, cracking jokes, whatever, ha ha ha, that's funny, okay? Normalizing a fascist fuck ass. I can't stand Gavin Newsom.
But regarding Kristi Noem, when somebody posted that she'd been fired and sent away, I said, to quote my friend Joey Fire Lame Deer, tokens get spent.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Prop, the hip hop artist who hosted the show podcast Hood Politics, said on his Friday tap in as well too. It's just like, notice how like the ones that get in the boot as well too, or being like thrown on their bus as well too, is all women, and like which is like him as a black man said to like, listen, you fascist women as well too. You think that you're going with the fascist regime and stuff like that you'll be protected, you have your own you got
They are
fucking-
willingly giving over their rights.
yeah.
Like, they're saying that it's biblically mandated that they do this.
I don't give a fuck what their Bible says.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I can't, like, I'm looking from the outside in on it all. Like,
Right.
I was never a Christian to begin with.
I was
None
in
of
the
it
cult
ever
for
made
30
sense
years.
to me. I never looked at the Christian faith and went, why would, like,
As a Catholic, you're just supposed to be guilty for everything,
if Trump had happened-
well,
when
even
I
the
was-
people who are like the
Trump had
Protestants
happened when I was
and
in
the
my mid-20s, I would have
Lutherans
voted
and
for it.
Baptists and
Yeah, the
they
Protestants
all
are the ones who
have,
came up with
like,
the Gilded
these-
Cage.
They're shitty. Like, why would people continue and like not just grow from it, grow past it, grow up?
A lot of
little
people really like the idea
Indoctrination
of
is
being
so
slaves.
deep. You know, the Jesuit have a saying, of course it's man, because, you know, femmes don't matter, but give me a man until he's 6 and I'll have him for life.
Yep. Or give me the boy until 6 and I'll give you the man, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
there's definitely bits of childhood indoctrination that just sticks forever, and then there is just the paralysis of too many choices and the having.
And there's the
idea,
conservative
like,
bias,
fear
sticking with what you already know.
having everything
The
laid
fear
out,
of losing your
but
family and
the
friends,
faith
the
is
fear of
okay with
losing
you
your
ignoring
community,
the ones that
fear
don't
of-
matter to you.
And even aside from all that, okay, so if I don't have God in my life, some shape or form, how do I make ethical decisions?
Oh yeah, there's that sort of thing too. And also,
I don't know about you, but I do all the rape and murder I want.
Zero. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, I want
Do
to do that.
exactly as much of those things as I would like to do.
Exactly.
This is also why I say it's like, hey, listen, if you're saying that like we need to police because what's stopping us from like raping and murder as like much as we want and stuff like that, the fact that you think that we need police to stop like murdering, raping each other, which doesn't stop when there's a police
Yeah,
still
that's
around.
not a good look on you, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That says more about you than it says
I was
about the police.
I was
or me.
a member of a. I like to use the longer version of this: Bible thumping, laying on hands, speaking in tongues, dancing.
Oh, you are
in style.
charismatic.
We did everything but handle snakes. Okay. Rock. We literally had, when I was 13 years old that summer, we literally had a bonfire on church property and burned rock records. Okay. Passing out Jack Chick tracks, if you've ever seen those. Some of those are hilarious.
Those are funnier,
The
but
film
not
too,
as
for
much
that
fun
was-
as
is
Tijuana
hilarious,
Bottles.
too. Assembly of God, Pentecostal Christian. And that church is still extant in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And to my knowledge, because I know some people go to that church, okay, they've not once, not ever, had a person of color cross their doorstep, not even to work in the church.
Well, I mean, to be fair to them, that's because they're dirty.
Because
One of the first things that put a crack in my ability to have faith in Christianity anymore was meeting other Christians who, when I talked about the fact that I went to Catholic school and was raised Catholic my whole life, like,
So when
talked
did you become
about
Christian?
how it was bad, how it was, how the problem with the Catholic Church is it, idolized the saints and, and Mary and that. And I was like, I mean, there's ritual, but not really. They don't, like, hold them above
there's some doctrinal
God
differences
or anything like
between
that. That's
Catholicism and
like
Pentecostalism.
realizing that and realizing that not only in the different divisions of Christianity there were weird things like that, but also, in other religions. And, my first step in that was, maybe they're all not completely wrong.
I've had Pentecostals tell me that, well, both when I was in the cult and when I was out of it, I've had Pentecostals tell me that Catholics aren't Christians, and or that they weren't the first Christians.
Well, they weren't. The first Christians were the weirdos who hallucinated that the Jesus guy came back from the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like shrooms, but not that kind. I tried those types of shrooms.
No. Simple group-based hallucinations. They didn't have to be on drugs.
They
might have been on drugs.
Those shrooms, I tell you what, I was good for like an hour, and then I felt like I was going to puke the bottom of my feet up out of my mouth.
But we're also talking about the very same people that had to put bells on graves so that the people they accidentally buried could like ring when they came back to.
Well, because they were afraid of that. There's no proof that it ever actually happened.
Pewter cups, and pewter is tin and lead, and they get lead poisoning, and over a period of lifetime, that lead poisoning can cause.
And they all follow people who are so inbred, they literally have deformed facial features.
Habsburgs.
Okay, that's just Spain.
And yet, like, what, like, finally got me to break away from the Catholics as well too, the Catholic Church, is the, like, child, like, sex molestation as well too. But it took way longer when that came out for me to finally break with the Catholic Church as well too. So it's like.
What not a lot of people know is that the Jehovah's
Catholic.
Witnesses went through and are going through that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they all are. It's just that they don't keep records the same way the Catholics do. But, I mean, they'll do the exact same thing. A 10-year-old starts wetting the bed again, and then the choir director gets called to move to a church across state lines.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My mom was Catholic until she was 6 years old when they tried to tell her that it was a sin. All babies are born in sin. There's something wrong with babies when they're first born, and they have to be baptized for there to be okay. And she, like, rebelled. That idea hit her in such a way that she rebelled so hard against it that after that, everything they said, she was suspect of it. And started asking questions. And by the time she was like 8, she was forbidden to ask questions in school anymore, in Catholic school.
There's an old concept called a key log for loggers. And what it is they cut the logs down, they throw them in the river, and it floats down the river, and a lot of times it gets jammed up. So they have an expert comes in, and he walks around on the jam, and he looks around, and he figures out one log. And if he removes that one log, all the rest will break free. And that's that kind of concept. For me, it was, and it wasn't until I was in my 30s, but it was admitting to myself who I was. And that I wasn't wrong for who I was.
Yeah.
Not even any behavior, just because of who I was. I wasn't wrong for that. And if I wasn't wrong for that, they were wrong about telling me that. If I wasn't wrong for that, what else were they wrong about? What else were they telling me that was either intentionally a lie or just they didn't know but was still wrong? And that's when all the walls started breaking down. Because like I said, if Trump had happened in my mid-20s, I would have voted for him.
Yeah, but you kept working where a lot of atheists don't keep working. A lot of atheists
By John and Jane.
just like
My John
stop
and
as
Jane
soon as
cartoon.
they stop believing, and then they don't work on anything anymore.
Yep.
And they don't
Dawkins.
cover all of the racism and sexism and
Yeah, but see,
Harris.
it's not racism, it's race realism. And it's not sexism,
Okay, Sam.
it's biology. I mean,
Okay,
like
Sam
Daniel
Harris. Okay,
Dennett,
Richard Dawkins.
Hey, Michael Shermer, stop giving people drinks and sit down.
Daniel Dennett is the philosopher of the group that used to call the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
And he was also, an FC.
Yep, he was an
Yep.
Epstein philosopher.
But
I don't know if he ever went to the island. I know he traveled on his jet along with Steven Pinker, Dawkins,
there
and a
was
bunch of others.
there was a lecture that he gave, and within the first 2 minutes, he justified paying women less wages because of biology.
Of course.
And he also said that Me Too went too far.
Yeah, of course.
He was one of those people that as soon as I started listening to him, I'm like, why are people listening to this sucker? Like, he's full of shit himself.
I actually agree.
reaffirms my biases.
I hate to say this, but I actually agree with Sam Harris 2 times.
Right, broke clock, but
Yeah,
still.
broken clock, and then a very, like, one sentence, for example, was, what evidence do you use to convince someone who doesn't value evidence? And that's a great point. You know, and then he went into this rambling.
Right, you have to quit believing that faith has anything good to give you in your life.
But then he'll go and say shit like, he thinks it's justifiable to be bigoted against Muslims in a way that you shouldn't be against Jains, because Jains are peaceful. But I mean, the thing is, Jains believe in protecting all life. It would be super duper easy to justify taking over the world and killing lots and lots of people if your goal is to protect all life. I mean, there have been Buddhist
even
you
imperials.
can twist any faith.
Yeah.
Even mine, although my religion is perfect, but even my religion, any religion can be twisted. And you know, and when people tell me that about the Bible, they say, "Well, no, you can twist it."
And all it takes is somebody with
I'm gonna object to the verb used there. Not twisted. There's no core to it. It's, you know, beliefs, it's inspiration, whatever you want. But it's not referring to a thing. So it's not twisting anything.
Thou shalt not kill, except for this circumstance and that circumstance. And if we feel like
Well, no, but it actually means is thou shalt not murder a fellow Jew.
Right. Well, like the whole thing about slavery. You know, they're like, oh my God, you know, the Bible's against slavery. First of all, no, the fuck's not. Okay. Secondly, when they talk about how the Jew can, when they talk about how someone can be,
except for the merciless Indian savages.
When they talk about how someone
We the people, except for the black people that we don't consider people.
A slave for 7 years, and then they can choose. Do you want to leave your master, or do you want to stay with your master? If you stay with your master, then your ear is pierced with an awl, and blah 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 blah. Okay.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, what that master does, you know,
Gives you a wife, and then you have
because
children,
don't care
and you
about
can't
women.
take them with you.
Right, you can't take your wife and kids with you, and that's only for Jews. It has nothing to do with non-Jews.
Yep.
Judaism is just as shitty as any other religion.
And nobody should be allowed to, like, try to glorify or lionize the Eastern religions. They're just as bad. There have been conquering Buddhist empires, and Buddhist monks, they pass around little boys like party favors. It's just one of the perks.
Pol
Pol Pot,
was a
yeah,
dictator
exactly.
and a
that's
Buddhist.
good.
And I had someone who I still is on my list, okay, and I respect, but who tried telling me basically that what I was doing was, I was criticizing Pol Pot. And they said, well, you know, he's not this and he's not that. And I said, you know, what you're doing is to know who's Scotsman. Find
Yeah.
out. You know, he's not a Buddhist because he does X, Y, and Z. Well, as far as he's concerned, he is a Buddhist. So you tell me where the difference, looking at it from the outside in, where the difference.
Especially when you're talking to white people who try to, like, I don't even know what that is about. I'm an expert on your culture. Here's how your culture works.
Colonizing and privilege.
Like, what the hell kind of level? Like, there's disrespect, for one.
Yeah.
Like, when you have a white person literally trying to tell you about your culture.
Well, I mean, the fact is that you can't see the forest for the trees. I, above you, can see the whole thing.
It's kind of going back to like how we talked about like European like people as well too, idolizing indigenous people in that sort of the way when it's like a culture they never visited as well too. This is kind of like, you know, phenomenon that like because Japanese people seem to love like France in that way. It's only because of like a very popular manga that was like made about old time France of like Rose of Versailles that took place during the like the French Revolution as well too. So they kind of idolize like France in that way only because of the manga that they have read. it's like it's very strange.
Bagel
People are
slicers.
weird.
I want bagel slicers.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't even know what to do about the conservatives. Do we just educate them all
No.
some
and
of them.
hope
No.
that they like
No.
emotionally evolve with
Nope.
the level
Stephen
of education
Miller is
that
not
we
a-
get them?
Stephen
Meat
Miller is not a
grinder.
stupid man. He's a
Meat
bigot.
grinder.
Yeah.
Stephen Miller is not a stupid man. He's a bigot.
Oh no,
Yeah, oh,
he's
yeah,
a
Fascist. Yeah, he's a fascist.
What they have his
It's-
name, Peter Thiel, is not a stupid man. Okay.
He believes in the
Um,
Antichrist.
these
He's
are-
read The Lord of
these
the
are
Rings
not
like 5
people that
times.
Need to be educated. These are people that. Okay, I'm not going to say what I was going to say because it probably.
It's-
Meat grinder.
If you're
Bagel
talking
slicers.
about if you're talking
Yeah.
about the leadership, the real answer is remove them from power and
remove the
You know.
possibility of power.
Now
Yeah,
to
remove-
educate.
remove them from
The-
getting the people under them. Educate is part of it, but the other thing is to actually like build a society that is better so that they have less reason to think that people who are less privileged than them are the problem
Yeah.
by disempowering the people who have more power than them.
It's a lot of people you got to get out of power
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
because
Pretty much anyone who
it includes the white liberal.
pretty,
Mhm.
pretty
Yeah,
much
it is.
anyone who currently has it.
Pretty
Anyone
much.
who desires power for its own sake
Yes.
needs to never touch power.
Yeah, that includes the leaderships of the Dems for sure, and a lot of Dems anyway as well too. Even though AOC, and though like I'm sure that she believes that like she is going to like use power for good and stuff like that. I think there's a part of her that craves power, but like I mentioned that the AOC.
Well,
would be
Lakota
like,
have a saying, and the saying goes, "Power does not corrupt, but it attracts the corruptible."
yes, I agree
And
with
that becomes the issue.
Yes.
How is the corruption corrupting people? And how do we get rid of that corruption?
But I do think the power does corrupt because people naturally test boundaries and push against the limits and find out what they can do. And when you have power, you can get away with shit. And people keep on trying and keep on trying until they finally
If
find
you
something they're not
have
allowed to
certain
do.
Cultures,
But I mean, there are
It's
people
not
who
right.
are more corruptible.
like it's not like there was a
The,
A big,
the methods.
uh,
Oh, go ahead.
it's not like there was a I should say there it's not like there wasn't a huge difference in different cultures
Oh yeah.
and how cultures place how and what cultures place value on.
Mm.
I want to read this quote from Orwell, one of my favorites. I love Orwell's books.
Homophobe.
1984 is my favorite of his books. And it's this whole thing keeps this in my head. It was possible, no doubt, to imagine a society in which wealth, in the sense of personal possessions and luxuries, could be evenly distributed, while power remained in the hands of a small privileged caste. But in practice, such a society could not long remain stable. For if leisure and security were enjoyed by all alike, the great mass of human beings who are normally stupefied by poverty would become literate and would soon learn to think for themselves. And once they had done this, they would sooner or later realize that the privileged minority had no function and they would sweep it away. In the long run, a hierarchical society was only possible on a basis of poverty and ignorance.
Oh, good.
That's our
What do you call
society,
it?
right?
My personal feelings on the corruptibility of power is not necessarily that power is intrinsically corruptive, but most of the ways to the inclination to gather and hoard power, to keep it, to amass it, the compromises that you need to do to keep power
Right.
are almost universally corruptive.
Autocrats!
The only time it doesn't tend to corrupt people is those that choose to spend power, not necessarily, like, at least to gamble it to
Right.
help other people in hopes that maybe it will come back to them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between, what was the quote I read yesterday? There's a difference between reciprocity and, I can't remember the word that they used, but the other word that they used was, you do something for me, I do something for you.
Quid pro quo.
No, but that's closer. Reciprocity was where I help you out, and that at least gives you the inclination that maybe that would eventually benefit me in some way. Doesn't have to. There's a good quote. I don't remember who it was by. Somebody asked. He said, as a man, and he said, surprisingly, and he said, I don't have kids, and I voted for the school, the local school, millage tax, to be raised for school, because I want to grow up in an educated society, not a stupid one.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're all better off when our neighbors are all well educated.
Yeah.
But according to David Graeber, we used to live in a society not of barter, but of social credit.
Yeah.
That we would do something like, say, you're walking around, you need a new hunting bow. You're not good at making bows, but Dave is good at making bows. So you go over to Dave and you say, hey, Dave, that's a really nice bow. And that's a polite way of asking for the bow. It gives Dave the opportunity to gift it to you, rather than having to refuse your request. It's, polite fiction kind of thing.
Right.
And then Dave says, okay, here, would you like this bow? And then you take it. Now you owe him one bow.
If you're neurotypical, though.
Yeah.
True.
But then
If
Dave...
you're neurodivergent, you're going to walk up to Dave and go, hey, Dave,
can I have that bow?
that bow is nice enough that I really need a bow, and you make good ones.
And
so-
Dave will probably say, oh, that's Joey. Joey's weird. Yeah, sure, Joey, here, have the bow. Because you know that Joey is this strict sense of justice and fair play, and Joey will pay you back. Because now, whether it's the polite fiction or the neurodivergent thing, you owe Dave one bow's worth of stuff.
Right.
And the longer you take to pay it back, the more the moral weight weighs on you, the more your neighbors give you the stink eye, and the more strongly you feel the need to pay him back.
Dave gave you a bow, and
You might give him a
Joe
couple of
gave
bushels of
Joe
turnips
gave you
or
a couple
a
of pairs
pig.
of boots and whatever, and
You'll give him something to pay it back.
while their kids are hungry or whatever.
And that's how all of us operate pretty much intrinsically, owing people favors. It's like I help you, eventually I'll help you back.
That's how money is.
Yeah. That money just takes that and makes it more formal.
Isn't in and of itself anything. It's just an idea.
We live in a society now that we don't even need that, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't even need that kind of system anymore.
Yep. We
Like,
could live in a
we
post-scarcity world.
society that provides enough that no one goes hungry, no one gets
could go
homeless.
hungry.
We could.
Like,
According to whatchamacallits, people who study famine, the world always produces enough food for everyone to eat. If anyone's going hungry, it's a failure of human systems.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's black marketing and choking out
Capitalism,
corruption
usually.
and whatever.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
10,000 kids a day, every day, die of hunger or hunger-related diseases or
Right.
conditions.
Malnutrition.
10,000 a day, every day, die of that. We have enough food production capability and land and whatever to be able to take care of and support 10 billion people. We have what, 8 1/3, 8 1/2, something
and
like that?
that's
Yeah.
just with what they're doing the way that we've been doing
The
it
inefficient
at
bullshit way
large,
we're doing it now.
and using our technology to make things even better, like Holland producing most of Europe's fresh foods now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they get
Like,
to
suddenly they don't need the United States to produce for them.
to get to Phoenix's point. Look how many acres it takes to keep a cow alive
Yeah.
versus how many people you could feed with that same acre.
Well,
If it
it's
was
better
soybeans
to
or whatever.
it's better to ranch bison if you're talking about
Right. I'm not saying
providing
get rid of all the
nutrition
cows. Whatever.
to
I'm
people.
just saying that if
I mean, I'm saying get rid of all the cows, but use
Yeah.
bison instead.
Cows are a terrible resource
They're
in,
like
resource
we
out.
should not have domesticated that animal.
Well,
Hey, it's what we had.
And I'm sorry, but cows are no brighter than my cats.
It's better to fence off the vast majority of the plains and let buffalo migrate as they once did.
Hmm.
Like, that's a scientific fact.
Basically, we should all live in a handful of really dense cities and let most of the world go wild and collect food as we need to.
We should
But
do
we're not going to do that.
what China's trying to do, where they are literally buying farms and ranches back and returning them to wild spaces. They're planting the trees and the plants and the putting everything back the way that it was.
And I'm not saying it's a perfect government, but communism bad, right? Everything they do is bad somehow, in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, I have the problem with the Chinese.
I have to
Hey,
correct
haven't you
myself.
been listening to Radio Free Asia? Anonymous source says China bad.
I have to correct myself because I used to use a slightly different quote. But
And they have really fast,
Trump-
cool trains.
Trump was
it's-
walking across stage and called Kamala Harris a Marxist
A Marxist,
Communist,
communist,
socialist Democrat.
I
And
literally
that went over, and like a few people in the legacy media, very few. Okay?
There wasn't an uproar from the crowd who laughed at, why would you even say that? Like, it doesn't
Right.
make any sense in the way that you're using those words.
And,
You don't know what they
then when you
mean.
talk about support the troops, motherfucker. I'm a veteran. I am not the knee jerk MAGA worshiping the veteran on my knees. I've been on my knees, but that's a different
Gobblecock.
I am not a worshiper of the military. I do have a lot of camaraderie with my friends who are also vets because of this stuff that we've gone through. That we have that
You have the brainwash.
communal experience.
By the way, Siobhan, thank you for your service.
but like we've
I've
Part of the
literally said that to
brainwashing
people.
that's part of the brainwashing of the military.
yeah, I agree. So too, they weaponize
The
patriotism in order to.
whole little poems around the
They
holidays
weaponize
with
patriarchy.
Santa
they-
visiting the soldier in the desert, and you know what?
But even if you visit countries where they don't, like Switzerland, when you visit a place like Switzerland, and you realize that they still have this weird sense of siblingry, even though the women are drafted as well. Women have to serve too in the Swiss army.
Yeah.
Also in Denmark now.
Did you mean to say
I thought it
fraternity
was
as
the
in
same for
brotherhood?
Israel, too.
It's
Yeah.
the brainwashing. Like, it makes you into a mindless sibling almost. Like, you can't even.
I mean,
You're
I was
not
already-
allowed to let the jackass die.
Yeah.
That jackass is your brother.
I was already, in the cult to begin with, but then I went into the military.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
There
And
is a counter culture there that it's a cult. It's no different than a religious cult in that sense. The whole idea
Man, can they
that
colonize in that cult?
when
Ooh, yeah.
Trump and I think it was Keg's Breath, because that's what I fucking call him. Okay. Said that the commanders, they told the commanders that they had to tell the troops that Trump was appointed by God to take care of Iran and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I agree, Geek. So,
I've been trying to
it's getting
interrupt
there.
to like to say end the show because we're 13 minutes over. So it's
getting
like,
there, so I'll start first because I'm usually the longest winded. Everything's on my Facebook page and my website. The website is thehousecounter.com. My Facebook page is Politics O the Turtle. I'm on Blue Sky, and I plan on getting back on Instagram and Threads and whatever, all the social media bullshit.
And is it your
Troll.
YouTube Politics of the Turtle?
Yes, and YouTube, it is the politics of the turtle. I did a charity stream yesterday, and I talked a little bit about politics, not much, but next week I'm going to be definitely doing a politics stream, and I'll do some charity stuff, and post people's links and whatever. I always try to do that. There was something else I was going to say. And then my Patreon, I'm still working on that. Right now, I know I can guarantee you that the Patreon, to join the Patreon itself, is going to be free. And there's going to always be a free blog that's like a message thread or whatever, and I'll pick a topic for that week, and then anybody can message whatever that day, and then throughout the week until the next one. I'll do that. Every Saturday, I will be doing, after I do my show, I will be doing a live chat and movie. I have lots of movies of my own, in my computer, and then I can rent a movie on YouTube for $4 or whatever. So I'm thinking it's either gonna be, what was I gonna say? Where's Joey? One was what the hell is this?
One was
The song about the church and the trash. And a fucking brain fart.
the song about the church and the trash.
Something restaurant. Allison Restaurant.
Alice's Restaurant. Okay. They made it into a movie. Now,
Yeah,
I'm going to edit part of that out because some of it is not good.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah,
they
he
made
uses
it
a
into
slur,
movie.
but
And the other one was, I love video games. Okay, there is a video game called Borderlands. It's like 4 now? Or
Yeah,
5?
Yeah.
well, there's Borderlands, Borderlands 2, the Borderlands the pre-sequel, and then Borderlands 3, and then Borderlands 4. Yes.
So they
There
made
are.
a movie of it. And the trailer at least looks phenomenal. Now, a lot of critics panned it, and it kind of flopped at the box office. I don't care. It's just a popcorn movie. I'm also probably going to at some point show Armageddon. Armageddon is one of the worst science movies ever produced.
Armageddon's very fun.
Okay.
if
Borderlands-
Isaiah was here, he'd be going off right now.
I've
Borderlands
seen
is
it
less
at least
fun.
a dozen times, and there's always that part. If y'all have seen it, I'm not gonna do any spoilers, but I doubt it's a spoiler by now. But there's always that part. It literally makes me cry every time I watch a movie, and I love the movie.
I like the part where the Republican dies.
You know,
Okay, so houseofconnor.com is like you can find all the information on houseofconnor.com.
House of Connor, Politics of the Turtle, the Politics of the Turtle.
Joey Fire Lynn, dear, you have a Patreon. I put the link for your Patreon in the.
Ask Joey questions. They want to talk about
Yes,
Lakota.
ask me questions. I can also be gotten a hold of on Facebook
hey, schmuck.
as Joey Taksja Huste. Go ahead and spell that if you like.
I can, but that's what I talk to
I
you
sure
every day.
can't.
I can. I'm dyslexic.
Yeah, I can spell that. THAT.
I'm a mediocre white guy. I'm going to spell it, and it will be right, regardless of how I end up spelling it.
Oh, that's not how the colonization works. Look at how these names are spelled as well too. When
Are you doing the dungeons thing tonight, John?
I may or may not. I don't know. I haven't. Kevin's
holler at
still
me
working
if
on
you are.
replacing his
I
what's your
haven't
thing.
actually watched it. I don't think so. Holler at me if you are. I want to watch.
It's
Oh, we don't do it live.
They used to do it live a long time ago, but they don't do it in live anymore.
Yeah, it was a bit much effort.
Yeah. But
I got a Discord if you want to do it on that.
Oh, we have our Discord. We record, but
yeah,
we
it's
don't
a podcast.
broadcast live.
Do you put it on YouTube?
No.
I don't. No, it's a podcast.
And also, Kevin hasn't had time to put up any podcasts in a long time.
The fuck?
Yeah. But you can, go back through to like the archives as well too, and find some hilarious moments and hilarious jokes. Some jokes that drop reference that was so funny. Even the editors like didn't get it until like much later in the edit. But I am also Summer Geek. I'm going to like Summer Geek on all the places, and I'm going to like stream once I get off this call and stream Stardew Valley because it's been 10 years since Stardew Valley has like came out. Don't forget to cheer the links off page and give money to like anyone who's like in help of needs. Joey needs some needs. Joe and Roberts always need some money as well too. Phoenix needs money.
Give Phoenix money.
And
Phoenix money.
don't forget
And
to
Joanna.
support yourself.
If y'all see, this is something that frustrates me. Joey and I talked about this. Okay, on my Facebook page, a few people share. Lots of people will react. Some people will comment. 1 or 2, anywhere from 1 to 4. Actually, the last 3 or 4 posts, I've gotten 4 people share. Like, oh my gosh, 4 people share. For the mutual aid posts, okay. Oh, I don't have a whole lot of money. I could give maybe $5. That's not going to be a lot. No, it's not. But if you share it so that 10 other people can see that, that's $55. That can pay an electric bill or help pay a phone bill or buy food or whatever for these people. They're hurting, they need help. Share the goddamn post.
Yeah. And remember, if you see someone shoplifting, no, you didn't.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
Exactly.
Even if it's a DVD, because you can sell a DVD and then turn around and buy
I don't
milk.
care if it's a fucking car.
And honestly, it's, you know, even if it's not to like turn around and sell it, you know, just because you don't have enough money to watch a movie doesn't mean you don't deserve to watch a movie.
You wouldn't download? Yeah, the fuck I would.
I would download a motherfucking car.
Awesome.
I actually, Joey, I did manage to uncorrupt some of those files. So I have about 120 movies that because I use Linux.
It's okay. Let's end the fucking show already.
No, we gotta keep talking. We all love to talk. So,
No, I don't.
I'm going to go take a nap. Bye-bye. Ending the show. Say bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.